Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Might just be gentlemen, might just be ladies, probably not. I still need to get an intro for these videos, a proper intro. Every good YouTube channel needs like a proper introduction. I just have to find mine. Anyways, we're going with that. Today I'm talking about a drunk guy. You know, every good bar has that one drunk guy who's always there and he's always somewhere off in the corner. And sometimes he's just casually observing people passing by. Right? You don't really know if he's there or not. Other times he's just melting off. That kind of melting off. We might have been that guy at some point. I know I have. Yeah. You know, it's never a pretty sight. Not for yourself and not for others. But anyways, I had this encounter with a pretty drunk guy. Well, to be fair, he wasn't really pretty. He was just drunk. In fact, this guy was so drunk, felt like he was from a different planet. Traveling the galaxies. Anyways, I was in Slovenia or Slovakia? Slovakia. I was gonna mix up the two. Slovakia with two friends, and we were out drinking. We were at this bar. It was a nice day. It was during the summer. Had a beer or two. We were talking in German, and next to us there was this drunk guy. Actually, there were two drunk guys, and they were of both sorts. One observing type, and the other he was like a molten puddle of something. The one who was observing, he caught on that we were speaking in German. He was trying to sort of bring attention to himself. He was like, Once the attention was on him, our friends, we just kind of like looked at him like, okay. Then he says, Übrigens. 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 Now, my friends and I, we look at each other kind of like, Übrigens, by the way, means something like, by the way. That's sort of a loose translation. I guess that's the best I can come up with right now. But so this guy was constantly saying like, Übrigens, 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 Übrigens. Then at some point it was like, okay, well this is clearly the only thing he can say. But there was an attempt made to try to communicate with us. But you know, we were trying, at some point it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I was the one who was closest to him. And like closest as in physically closest to him. Like I was sitting like a meter away from him. Right? Not like closest emotionally or something. Yeah, that'd be kind of... So it's like, I kind of felt bad. I didn't want to flat out ignore him. So I kind of made an effort to try and understand what he was talking about. I didn't really get anything. Neither did my friends. None of us did. There we were, and he was still continuing. Until at some point, maybe 30 minutes later, the waitress comes, grabs him under the arm and says something along the lines of, alright, it's time to go, in Slovakian, which we of course didn't understand, but we knew that he had to go. But before he left, he came to us and he shook our hands. Sincerely. He grabbed our hands, we shook, and in that moment, I felt kind of sad. I felt as if the only thing he was trying to do was to reach out with the one word that was at his disposal, the one word that he had in his German vocabulary. Yet he made full use of it. Granted, there's not much that came across in terms of communication. I still don't know where he's from, apart from Slovakia. I don't really know much about him. But we shared a moment that I'll probably never forget, a moment that I'm making a video of. I know kids, students, and grown-ups who've studied languages for years, be that at school or at some other institution, yet are too afraid to use that language to communicate with others. And you might say something like, oh, but he was just drunk. When I'm drunk, I can just talk to anybody. Fair enough. Sure. It's fine. And he was drunk. Maybe that's the only reason why he communicated. But what stuck in my mind was the fact that he communicated despite only knowing one word. Now maybe it's a little far-fetched. I mean, there's no real morale. There's no real message. But he made me think. This one drunk guy maybe inspires us all to be a bit of an astronaut. Alright? Set out for space. Even if we don't know anything about it. Take that leap. Make that first step on the moon. And sometimes it's just saying that one word you know. Somebody from a different country. Sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes that's all you need to be an astronaut. Now, some of you might think this is, oh, that's so far-fetched. And fair enough. We all take different things. If I ask my friends what they think of the experience, it'll be completely different. This video is just to highlight how I saw it. And it left me pretty inspired. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know in the comments. Did this inspire you? Do you think it's far-fetched? Let me know. I'm open to anything, really. But yeah, if you like it, a like would be nice. Thought it was garbage, leave a dislike, for all I care. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you don't want to see more, you know where not to find me. Anyway, that's it, and I'll see you tomorrow.